Hello and welcome people back to a new Let's Play that is gonna be sort of taking up Forbidden Siren 2 because my PS2 died. But yeah, not immediately. This is another PAL exclusive game, a very short one, and a very, very fun one.
Once upon a time, in another world, in another dimension, the destiny of the universe was being played in a battle between good and evil. The legend would be born. Sword and blood.
That's cinematography, right?
I know.
It's flawless.
And I gotta say that this title is certainly a title that will make this game remembered for all time. No one will ever get it confused with anything else. When you search the word legend, this game will be the first thing that pops up on Google. It just, damn.
Definitely, it will not take ages to find a copy on eBay. Or like to even have it pop up among all of the other legends that were on the PS1 alone.
Right.
We have a choice of Vegeta, Sheena, and
choose your
Doofus.
Ryo? Didn't know Ryo was in this game.
Damn it. We talked over it. I didn't know I picked it up. I'll make sure to mute us for that moment. Because the way they say, let the legend begin, is pretty hilarious. So yeah, we're playing as Sheena. The control to this game
Favorite barbarian.
The control to this game is actually pretty interesting. Let's put it this way.
The art style of this game is definitely interesting.
Especially, like, you just look at her face whenever she swings the sword. It's glorious. Like, look at it. That attention to detail, right?
Right.
Just like a real life Sheena.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pick up anything. Weight does not matter.
Can you pick up fire?
No.
Damn.
Well, fire does not weigh anything, so, you know, that kind of excludes it. You can pick up many weapons. They actually do make different combos. You use the weapon you have equipped with square. Each weapon you pick up is breakable, as indicated with the little bar over there. You can alternate the way you attack with the trigger buttons, and that's where things get a little bit hairy, because it's a little bit overly complicated, to say the least. Like it seems like this game took it upon themselves to actually use shoulder buttons too much.
You know, I gotta say, I like this music.
Yeah, it's very fitting, even though I did not hear any of it when I was playing.
Yeah, it's pretty cinematic.
Mm-hmm. Like they do get this grandiose, like epic fantasy theme going on, even though there's barely any cutscenes. Well, no, we've already seen all of the cutscenes there are. We don't really get much of a story, or anything for that matter. Actually, going back to control, because that's actually a very important thing about this game. Yeah, like the way you attack will alter with the weapon. You have a melee weapon, ranged weapons, and you can also attack unarmed. And your unarmed attack is actually pretty useful. It's actually better in some situations even. You can also always choose to attack with your kicks and not use up the weapon you have currently equipped on yourself, which is very good if you're equipped with, well, you know, if you want to open a chest and you don't want to waste your weapon on something stupid like that. Each character also has a preference when it comes to the weapon they equip. They just get like a little boost, I think, because it doesn't seem like their combos are any different or that they get extra combos for it. Sheena, for example, has preference for dual swords, which we won't see on this level, sadly. She also gets a bonus for magic gauntlets, but I wouldn't say you should. I wouldn't say you should like ignore weapons just because you don't get a boost in them. Ignore weapons if you just don't like the way they act. You've also seen us picking up all of various trash, like food and wine and what have you. All of the food items are restoratives, and the little files are magic meter. Now, magic is the most complicated shit this game has to offer. Like I said, but I will get to that once I properly explain the controls. So, the triangle is kick, simple enough. Square is what you're holding, or your hands, if you're not holding anything. But then you can alternate the attacks by using the triggers. By using R2, you can perform a power attack, what you've been seeing with the green thingamajig. It's a little bit slower, but it also breaks enemies' guard easier, I believe. You can also perform a low attack, and that will work with either your kicks or with your weapons, and that is performed by holding L2 and R2 at the same time. Then there are also combos. Combos are performed by holding the R1 and R2 at the same time and then inputting a button combination. A button combination you can actually insert at your own pace. There is like, you don't have to actually time it. It's just like you insert it and then it just works. And combos are very good. They consume the fist meter you see on the bottom left corner. And it seems that you're kind of like immune to anything when they happen, so that's good. We've also been picking up gems and money that is used in between levels to buy upgrades and well, not upgrades, but just like extra lives, restorative items, magic files in case you use them on the boss or something. See, this is a combo and it used up my meter. The only combo you will see me ever use is the most basic one, which is press and hold R1 and R2 and press square a whole bunch of times. The thing why I do it that way is because there is a somewhat dubious control priority mishap going on in this game. Like sometimes, even though I do still have the meter, the combo will not trigger, and I would rather not waste my time trying to input something more complicated that I can't replicate very easily with the next input. But now let's get to the most overly complicated thing this game has to offer, and that is magic. Oh, and by the way, R1 guards. And guards... Guard is very good, but you have to time it with your enemy attacks, just not like press and hold it, like in a Kiba strip, for example. Now, magic. In order to use magic, you have to press and hold R1, R2, X, and then press circle for ice, triangle for fire, and square for frog.
Frog?
Frog.
Frog.
Ice will eat up one of your magic fires, fields, or however the fuck you say that. And you see that those are those little balls over The fire will take up 2 and is pretty much the best spell that you will see me use the most in this entire game. And frog is just about the most useless one, which only has like 1 enemy it's really good against. Frog will turn your enemies into frogs, and that equals an insta-kill. However, fire is already an insta-kill on just about anything, and it takes up a file less. I say it's an insta-kill on just about anything, which means it's not an insta-kill on, well, bosses obviously are excluded both from fire and frog. I don't know if frog even does anything to the bosses. I know that ice barely does. Okay, this is not a boss yet, but like, here's the thing. Like, fire is the best. Just don't use anything else. And it's important when you're actually inputting the commands. First, press and hold R1, R2, and X, and then, with a slight delay, press one of the other buttons. I just don't understand why it has to be such an overly complicated combination when L1 is not used for anything. Like, it could have been...
why not just have it be hold L1 and then hit a button, you know?
Exactly. But yeah, we will get to that one enemy that frog is actually good against. Well, in a few levels. And the frog is only good against them because, well, they take 2 fires, so like you save up one magic file that way. But yeah, in all other situations, just don't bother with frog. And this is fire.
That was the frickin' Mega Man charging sound effect.
I know, right? Also the stockiest reveal sound effect they could find in the stockiest of libraries, right?
Right.
This game is great. Also, when you're attacking bosses, a combo, just combo, because they seem to have much harder time blocking that, and they will block just about any of your regular attacks otherwise. Also, fire, pretty much universally, oh no, actually no, universally takes up a 4th of your, like a 4th or a 5th, I want to say a 4th, of the boss's HP. So just like, if you have a whole bunch of files saved after a level, like you can pretty much one-shot the boss. Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo!
I love that. She's great. And this is a bonus round. It's actually a very fun minigame. The bonus round actually allows you to recover pretty much all of your HP if you're good at it. You can also recover magic files and also get more money. And more score, but like, you know, who cares? And it actually works really good. It has, like, this entire game actually runs, well, it updates the screen 50 times a second. Calling it 50 frames is a little bit too generous, but it never drops below 25, so that's very good for a PS1 game. And with these, just follow the shadows. They all fall at the exact same rate, so that's nice. So you can get a good rhythm for them and like predict where they're going to show up. Also, if you're like, you keep shooting and move your cursor, it's a little bit slower. So there is actually a benefit to not shooting like you know, all the time, which is good. It's good design. And see, now I'm already full HP. I have 9 magic files, and I'm still getting more money. money is very important, especially on your first go. I am playing this game on easy, even though, like, well, this is my third run, and this was actually the first run I beat the first time I beat the game correctly. Because the first time I never got too far, the second time I got to the final boss but made a stupid mistake. And this game does not have a save feature or level select or anything like that. It's just like one playthrough game. Which may turn some people off, but it's like 2 hours at most. You can buy lives. They're absolutely worth it, but they max out at 9. So don't bother buying more than you need. And he laughs at me for wasting money. You can also buy weapons. You can also buy magic shield, but I prefer to not waste money.